Let's build the easiest AFK fish farm for Minecraft Bedrock 1.19. Before we get too far into the tutorial, I just want to say that this farm will require an auto clicker. However, if you want a farm that doesn't require an auto clicker, I will leave a link in the description to an AFK fish farm that doesn't require an auto clicker. So with that out of the way, let's get into building. The first thing I'm going to have you guys do is find a place to build the farm. I'm going to build this in this nice plains area. However, I recommend building it inside of some sort of structure or in your base. That way things like zombies can't get you while you're AFK fishing. But once you have your area picked out, we're going to come over here, place down 2 temporary blocks, then come over 3 blocks, place down 2 more blocks, and then go ahead and break these bottom blocks so that this is what you have. You should have 2 blocks that are 3 blocks apart. We're going to grab our tripwire hooks now and place down a tripwire hook here and a tripwire hook on that one as well. And then grab some string and just go ahead and connect it. So when you walk through here, that should click. And if it's not clicking, then you haven't set down your string. We're going to come to the backside of one of these tripwire hooks. It doesn't matter. And we're going to place down a redstone torch. And after placing down that torch, we're going to grab some redstone dust and place it right underneath of that redstone torch so that it is being powered. We're then going to place down a block, and then we're going to place down an iron trapdoor, and then walk into the tripwire hook so that the iron trapdoor opens. Tripwire hook is a very hard word to say, believe it or not. From here, we're going to break this block right underneath the string, and then we're going to break these 3 blocks right here. So there should be a block underneath of the string, and then 3 blocks following it. We're going to grab our water bucket now, and we're going to just waterlog this trapdoor, and it should flow into this little stream we've made. We're going to grab our chests now and place down a double chest right here, and then place down a hopper running into that chest. So all of the drops are going to go into this hopper, which are going to go into this chest, and this is going to be the storage system. Now this thing is going to produce a lot of loot, fish, treasure, all that good stuff. So I highly recommend adding some more chests to it, and it's really simple to do that. So we're going to break these 3 blocks, and we're going to jump down here, and we're going to break down another level of blocks. From here, we're going to grab a double chest and just go ahead and place down that chest right here, and then we can go ahead and run a hopper into it. You might have to break some blocks around here, but then you can run that hopper into that chest, and we can just do this over and over again. So we can add in another double chest, clearing out a little bit more space, and then grab a hopper and run that hopper into the backside of that chest. And then to actually access all of this storage, I would recommend having a ladder or something on one of these sides. So perhaps right here, you could have some scaffolding. So then you can go into all of these chests. And I've done just that. I added in some scaffolding. So now you can just climb up and down here and access all of these chests so you can get to all of your loot and then come back up to the surface. So what you need to do now is get yourself a fishing rod, and then we're going to get an auto clicker installed. So I will leave a link in the description for the auto clicker so that you guys can follow along. If you already have one, then no worries. I'm sure you can follow along still. But I'm going to open up my auto clicker real quick, and I'll show you how to use this AFK. All right, I went ahead and opened up my auto clicker here, and by default, it is set to 100 milliseconds. Now, there are 2 different options whether or not you're playing single player. So if you're on a single player world, we are going to set this to 1200 milliseconds. If, however, you are playing on a realm or on a server, just go ahead and change this to 1600 milliseconds. And that's going to account for some of that weird pinging and some of that weird lag that you get on servers and realms. So I'm in a single player world, so I'm going to change this back to 1200. By default, the mouse button is going to be set to left click. However, we need it to right click. And then you can go ahead and set your hotkeys. It really doesn't matter that much. I have mine set to R. I think by default it's F4. But we're going to come over here and we need to find the perfect spot to aim. So what I like to do is stand on this chest and then just go slightly up. So you can see we went up 1/16 of a block. So just stand on the edge of that hopper. And then we're going to look at the back of this block. So as close we can get to the trapdoor without actually being on the trapdoor. So right here, that is the perfect spot. And if we go ahead and start the auto clicker, there you go. It's going to start fishing. And occasionally what will happen is the bobber will actually fall into the hopper. So make sure that when this thing catches a fish, you cast it again and it doesn't fall down into the hopper, because if it does, you need to reposition and try again. However, I'm pretty sure this is going to work. So now all we have to do is wait for a fish, which honestly might take a while because I'm using a basic fishing rod. And there we go, we have our fish. And as you can see, yep, okay, we found the perfect spot. This is exactly what's gonna happen. And now we don't have to worry about it. You can walk away from your computer, go eat a sandwich, go do the dishes, do your laundry, I don't care, do something. You can go to bed for all I care. This thing will keep on fishing. And if you have mending on your fishing rod, you can just sit here for literal days. All right, let's talk about ways of improving the rates of the farm. First off, some enchantments that you should look out for. So you don't actually have to make any fishing rods, but I'm going to go ahead and do that because I have creative mode, which means I have all of these books. But what you want is Lure 3, Luck of the Sea 3, Unbreaking 3, and Mending 1. Especially Mending, that is probably the most important one because that means that you never have to change your fishing rod. Now, the reason why I say you don't have to make a fishing rod is because if you just AFK fish for the durability of one normal fishing rod, you are almost bound to get an enchanted fishing rod simply due to fishing. But after you have this fishing rod, it becomes so much easier to catch fish, and it's not even funny how fast this thing goes. Did you just see that? That was so quick, and it's going to keep doing that repeatedly. Also, I closed my auto clicker. That's why it looks weird. But yeah, this thing is going to catch so many fish, so much treasure, so quickly, and it's always going to heal its durability, which is awesome. Another thing that you can do is you can go ahead and make a skylight. So if you build this underground, make sure you have no blocks in the way of the sky. And another thing is that this farm works best when it's raining. I understand you don't have very much control over the rain or not, but if it starts raining, it might be a good idea to just go ahead and AFK fish. But again, you can AFK overnight, so it really doesn't matter. But you can see what a difference having these enchantments makes. Alright, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, then please consider subscribing and leaving a like. My voice is dying. I know I'm always saying this, but I don't know why I get sick so often, but my throat right now, it's so scratchy and it's so hard to talk. So this really took a lot out of me, so I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe. With that out of the way though, my name is OneUpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Also, again, the link for the auto clicker will be down in the description, so if you don't have one already, go ahead and download that. The reason why I'm promoting this download so much is because I don't want you guys going online, searching up auto clicker, and then getting a virus. I know that this link is safe, so go ahead and download it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.